If you think trains will stop if they see a car on the tracks, you're right, they will. About a mile after they hit you. In 2015 alone, 230 people were killed at railroad crossings. Don't become the next fatality. Stop. Trains can't. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to the R.E.I.G.N Blog Talk Radio Show with your host, Minister Annie Bell. And you're listening to it on the W.I.N Network. Yes, that's right, W.I.N Network. Together, we win. Stay tuned. Happy bound, afraid to let it out. Shackles, the chain, the hurt, the guilt, the stain. I'm more than a conqueror. I'm more than a victim. I fight, I win. The chains are broken. 'Cause I reign, you reign, we reign, he reigns. I reign, we reign together, together. I reign, you reign, we reign, he reigns. I reign, we reign together, together. I reign, you reign, we reign, he reigns. I reign, we reign together, together. Say it. I reign, you reign, we reign, he reigns. I reign, we reign together, 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 together.
Well. It's Tuesday, 8 p.m. once again, and you have tuned into R.E.I.G.N Blog Talk Radio Show. Me, I am Minister Annie Bell, your host and the creator of R.E.I.G.N Blog Talk Radio Show. Now, this show is an outreach of Wealth Management Ministries Incorporated. We are endeavoring to bring talk therapy to survivors of child abuse, sex trafficking, and other traumas, as well as providing awareness, prevention, and resources to the community. I am extra excited tonight because this is our first teen forum. And it's exciting when we can get the next generation together and talk about and be candid about what is going on, the issues that they actually have to face every day. So I am so excited and pumped. Now, this forum was created to provide that platform for our youth, for positive expression and candid discussion about issues surrounding our future generation. To help me today is my co-host, Naijada Williams, who is a recording artist and an anti-bullying advocate who is also a teen. Isn't that fabulous? Welcome, Naijada.
Everybody doing all right, son?
Yes, we're doing fabulous. And I've had to turn on everybody's mic. I'm sorry. Now, going forward, we also have a wonderful panel of teens who are going to help us talk about some of these issues and bring some depth and some breadth to our conversation. So, Naijada, do you want to go ahead and do the honors and kick off the show with the first question?
I sure will. So, Eric, I want to know where you're from, what city you're repping, and what's your favorite after school activity.
I'm Eric, and I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. My favorite after school activity is basketball.
Not bad. So, is you're still on the line?
Yes, I'm still on the line.
Please tell us what city after school activity.
Could you hear him?
I'm sorry.
No, I couldn't.
I said, please share with us where you're from and what city you're repping, and what's your favorite after-school activity.
Okay, my name is R.E.I.G.N. I reside in Lithonia, Georgia, and my favorite after-school activity is to box.
Okay, that's not bad. So,
Did you say
DeAndre,
box? Like boxing?
Yeah, she liked to box.
Yes.
What? Go ahead now, stuff.
So, DeAndre, where are you from, and what's your favorite after-school activity?
Well, I'm DeAndre, and I reside in the city of Toonsboro, Georgia, and my favorite after-school activity is basketball.
So, Ella, where are you from, and what city are you repping, and what's your favorite after-school activity?
I'm from Tucson, Arizona. I live in Atlanta, more east, and my favorite after-school activity would have to be dancing.
Not bad. Great panel.
Wonderful. I'm going to give applause for a wonderful panel today. Now, the first thing we're going to do is a teen IQ test. Now, this is more so for the listeners, the adults, as we talk about these couple of things that we're going to talk about. But please take note as to what you know when we ask these questions, because at the end I would like you to go on our website and go on our Facebook page and give us your score. How many items did you get right, or were you able to figure out? The first one, now, my panel of teens, what I'm going to do is throw out a word, and then I just want you to tell me what it means, okay? The first word is PAP, or PAP. Let's start out with Zahira.
Okay, well, when it comes to PAP, PAP, I have two answers. It is either PAP, which is a pap smear, and it's like to check if you got cervical cancer, or it's the slang word for post a picture.
Ding, 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 ding. It's the second one that I was talking about.
Okay.
Very good. How about you, Eric? Do you what do you know about PAP?
When it comes to PAP, it's usually referred to as post a picture.
Very
and
good.
I've heard it referred to as the cervical cancer, but mostly as post a picture.
Yeah. When I first saw that, I'm thinking, the first time I saw it, I thought pap smear, but it's not. When we're talking in this arena, yes, definitely to post a pic. Now, did you know the same thing, Naijada, that's what it meant?
Yes, ma'am, I actually did. I usually use it in a hashtag, like hashtag Pap on Me campaign, and like on Instagram. So I knew what it kind of meant for a little minute.
Okay.
It's something that gets to somebody's eye quick.
Yeah. How about you, DeAndre?
Well, I'm not going to lie. I'm not particularly sure about acronyms. I mean, I'm fond of LOL and what would be another one? LMS, which is like my status, but acronyms are not my strong suit.
Okay, that's all right. Now, what about you, Ella? What you know about PAP?
When I first heard PAP, I thought about like a pap smear. I was like, that doesn't really relate to any of this, but okay. I didn't even know it meant post a picture. I've seen it before, like everywhere, but I didn't really know what that meant.
Yeah. And
that was kind of new.
And there's some great pictures that people are posting, and great things with our camera phone. I just love it. I just love our camera phones. But one of the things, what are some of the things that we shouldn't be posting, Ella, since we talked to you last?
Things that we shouldn't be posting are like maybe provocative images, and because we're still teenagers, even when you're adulthood, you don't need to be posting provocative images, because maybe when you're older, you might regret that. But like provocative images, things such as nudity or like drugs, or something just inappropriate, such as calling somebody out of their name or a fight online, things like that shouldn't be posted.
Girl, you hit that right on the head. That's wonderful. Jada, did you wanted to add something?
I think we shouldn't be posting negativity around, like, on our race. Like, I hate when I get online or on social media and I see that some, like, black people would say something about a white person, because I feel like we're all the same. We just might be a different color, but I feel like we're all under God. So it shouldn't be a race thing. It should just be like we can respect a respect thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a human race, not just one specific race, right? Now, was there someone else who wanted to say something about posting a pic? I thought I heard. Was it DeAndre? Were you trying to say something?
Oh, no, ma'am. I was just agreeing with what.
Okay. I heard somebody wanted to say something. Was that you, Zahara?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so a lot of times how I put it, I would say anything I don't want my grandmother or parents to see, I wouldn't post. Like anything that would keep from getting a good job, I wouldn't post. That's how I would put it in my terms.
That's good. Now, y'all have really given some great answers and very, very thoughtful answers. And you're right. Pictures that you don't want your grandma, your mom, or Jesus to see, you might not want to post them. And we also know that there are so many predators online, and, of course, job application, college applications. They now go to social media to take a look at what type of and they look at that to see what type of person you are. And so I love what you're saying, Naijada, about, don't post anything negative, and all of you are saying don't put anything provocative, nothing, no nudity. So, Naijada, you want to ask the next question?
Yes, ma'am, sure will. So, DeAndre, can you tell me, like, what is bullying? Like, what is your perspective of bullying when you hear bullying?
When I hear bullying, the first thing I think is unwanted aggression, which is hitting on another, but that's just one type of bullying, which is physical bullying. You have another type, which is cyberbullying, and you have another type, which is verbal bullying, which all comes together, which is not good at all, neither one of them. But you see it every day, and at my school, most kids do not pay attention to what's going on because there's this thing we call it joning, and it's picking on one another, and it's just a back and forth argument. Your mama looks like, and it's just back and forth. So when someone is actually getting bullied, it tends to like be blind in our eyes because we do so much of picking on each other. But it's like, it's not of like I pick on someone I don't know as far as I pick on someone that I know. So it's like friendly argumentation. But if we see someone that we do not know picking on someone that another person we don't know, it tends to be blind in our eyesight that that's bullying because we tend to pick on each other so much. So that's my perspective on bullying.
That was one of the best answers I've heard yet, and I haven't even heard from everybody else, but that was pretty good. So I'm going to go to Zahara. What is your perspective of bullying? Like, when you hear it, how do you take it?
Well, I've been bullied before, so I can talk from, like, being bullied perspective and what I've seen, like, my own friends go through when it comes from bullying, because when I'm in school, I'm in the group, the nerdy group, the group that doesn't say anything, the group that just gets their work done, and the weird, awkward, geeky group. So everybody automatically, we're a target, and they'll pick on us because we like this type of music, just because we don't like rap or hip-hop, because we might like rock and roll or heavy metal. Oh, you like that golf style? Oh, you're gay. You're a lesbian. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, you're a Satanist because you don't celebrate Christmas. It's like different things. People talk about you. They'll pick on you. Oh, you got an ugly sweater. Oh, you got holes in your sweater. And it hurts a lot. People don't understand how much words actually hurt.
That's right.
That's true. That's very true.
In middle school, I used to get bullied a lot up to the 9th grade, and then I finally hit what people call a glow, and then it started to dial down, and I seen some of my friends get bullied, so I had to step in and take care of them to make sure, like, everybody's going to go through that stage. I don't care how popular you think you are or what you think you are doing. Everybody gets bullied. It might be everybody has a different meaning of bullying. So I'm gonna go on to Eric. Eric, what do you think about bullying?
When it comes to bullying, I've been bullied before, and it's always like with people older than me, taller than me, and before it was like, I wasn't always like the tallest kid or the strongest kid, and like I was like this short, chubby kid that everybody used to try to pick on. And after a while, it's like, people started looking at me a different way once they saw me more in athletics and like what I was doing around the school. And I was like seeing people get bullied. It's like my tolerance level gets like to a certain level before I had to like say something about it or do something about it.
Right.
Mhm.
Ella, what do you think about bullying? How do you like when you hear it or when you see it? How do you feel about it?
Like the other people, I could speak from experience because I've been bullied before when I went to brick and mortar school. I was the kid I was the short little nerdy girl with pigtails and glasses and wore suspenders, the shortest one. I was always bouncing everywhere, shouting the answers. So I was like, yeah, I know that. Like over here, I was always put in the weird quote unquote group where all the less accepted kids were, and so they got picked on. I got picked on a lot actually from one particular girl, and she used to pick on me daily for no reason. She would push me in the bathroom. Bullying it's more than what parents see it, because when I think of bullying, it gets physical at points, and sometimes those words they can hurt, and words can hurt all the time. But when it gets physical, parents don't. That's when they start to take notice.
Right.
Yeah. And you know what? You guys all gave some wonderful answers. And DeAndre, you bringing up the cyberbullying, the verbal bullying, of course, Ella bringing up the physical bullying. And all of it is very painful. And that's why you see so many kids, teenagers, and even preteens who kill themselves because they don't know how to handle it. And what I would like y'all to think about is, what could you do going back to school tomorrow and the rest of the year? What could you do to help them, those who are being bullied, and even those who are bullying? Because sometimes the one that's bullying has some issues at home. They may be being abused or going through something as well. So I just want to think, and ask y'all to think about that. I am going to take a quick break and be right back in about a minute and a half. Everybody stay tuned. Keep your cheeks in the seats. I'll be right back.
Have you priced commercials lately? Advertising can truly break your budget. At R.E.I.G.N, we eliminate the most common hurdle to advertising. Advertise with R.E.I.G.N to reach potential customers locally, nationally, and internationally for as low as $150. Yes, that's right. $150 per commercial. We Inspire Network Radio is a new and rapidly growing online radio network that boasts of dynamic seasoned show hosts who are drawing audiences from across the nation and abroad. Africa, Australia, Scotland, Canada, just to name a few. We also have the technical capabilities to advertise your products and services through sound bites, slideshows, and more. No long-term contracts. You pay per show. Advertise on R.E.I.G.N, and you are sure to be a winner. For more information, call us 201-477-0469. Email Annie Bell at wealthmanagement-fs.org.
I do. I just call her after this. I'm gonna call her.
Welcome back to R.E.I.G.N Blog Talk Radio Show with your host, Minister Annie Bell.
Yes. Welcome back, everybody. Now we are just took our first commercial break, and we are right now with the Teen Forum on the R.E.I.G.N Blog Talk Radio Show. We are powered by We Inspire Network Radio, and I am your host, Minister Annie Bell. Now, if you're interested in sponsoring a show or advertising on our shows, please contact our marketing department at 201-477-0469. Again, we are back with our superb panel of guests who make up the teen population of our country, and my co-host is Naijada Williams. So welcome back, everybody. Now, my question, the next question that I have is, has anyone witnessed boyfriend, girlfriend abuse? Now, we call it domestic violence for those who are in the adult arena, but what have you heard about that, Eric, from Pittsburgh?
Now, in Pittsburgh, I honestly don't see a lot of it. Like, around our school, like, I'll see a boyfriend or girlfriend, like, play around, like, hitting each other, playing around. But I never see, like, anything escalate, like, to a very violent situation between a boy and a girl.
I am glad to hear that, to be very honest. I'm glad that you did not see that. How about you, DeAndre? Do you see any of that going on in your school?
Like Eric said, not much seen. I have heard of it at the school. I didn't witness it, but I did hear about a situation that happened where the girlfriend was spit on and she retaliated, which, I mean, retaliation after you've been spit on is kind of like a reaction. So, but other than that, boyfriend and girlfriend abuse, no, not really.
Okay. Again, good to hear. How about you, Ella?
As far as boyfriend girlfriend abuse, I haven't seen it personally. I don't see it a lot in Atlanta, but you know, that's probably because mainly it goes behind closed doors or in schools, and I am not in a public school, so I'm not introduced, or I don't see a lot of that. When I do see a couple, it's usually just playful, or not even that, but I have heard on the news of domestic violence, like of actual like murders of domestic violence of young teens and that such.
Yes. And how about you, Zahira?
I've never seen like boyfriend or girlfriend abuse in like the teen area, but I've seen it like an adult. And I've seen like verbal abuse to like boyfriend and girlfriends and things like that in public while I'm at work and things like that, but never in the teen area.
That is good. Do you think that boyfriend and girlfriends should be hitting each other, Zahira?
No.
Absolutely not. That's the right answer.
No.
I don't think that they should.
Amen. And really, boyfriend, girlfriend, whether you're teenagers, whether you're boyfriend, girlfriend, y'all are adults, married couples, we know that domestic violence is not a good thing. And it shouldn't be happening. You know, domestic violence goes into physical and even verbal, just like the bullying. It's almost like the bullying taken into a relationship, isn't it? So yes. I'm glad that none of y'all have seen that and have witnessed it. Definitely, I'm so glad that you are not witnessing it for yourself. If you know someone who is, or you suspect they are, I'm going to give y'all some numbers that you can maybe pass out and give to them so that they can find some help. Now, Naijada, you want to go ahead and ask the next one?
I sure will. So, Zahira, what do you think trail mix is? Like farm party. Have you ever heard of the term trail?
Yes, I have. A trail mix party is basically when you have like a bowl, like say you have a punch bowl or something, you put a whole bunch of like drugs in there, because I've seen a lot on social media. I've heard about it in parties, like they put like a whole bunch of like cough syrup and all that type of stuff in the punch and they drink it.
Okay. What about you, Eric?
Yeah, I actually have heard of a trail mix. And I mean, not really in my like group of friends, but like I've heard extensions of other kids over here like talking about, oh, you guys taste that punch the other day or something, and it's like I hear about it like a lot, but I've never like personally like seen it or been around it.
Wow.
trying to come to a trail mix party or anything like that in that source?
I'm sorry, can you repeat it?
I said, have you ever heard somebody ask for a trail mix party?
And I'm sorry, I'm gonna interject real quick. There's somebody with some background noise. If y'all could go somewhere a bit more quiet. And Naijada, could you ask that question to Eric one more time?
Yes, ma'am. DeAndre, have you ever heard of somebody ask you, do you want to go to a trail mix party or a farm party?
No, because most of the people that I surround myself with, that would be just outrageous for us to even think about doing or going to something. You're talking about drugs on drugs mixing together in one bowl, and you pull it out and don't know what's going to come out of it, and you don't know what you're taking, and you don't know what the risk is when it's in your body, and you don't know what the outcome could be. It could even be death. It could be life-changing. So, no, I've never been invited to a farm party or thought about it.
And before I go to the next person, I'm going to piggyback off what you said. Because when I be at school, I have people that I know but, not associate myself with that come to school high as ever. And just, their eyes are real droopy because they went to, a trail mix party. And they just be, thrown in class. And I just be like, you need to get help. But they don't want to see help. And I've actually said something one time, but it still didn't work because they still come to school like that every day. So once you hit a certain age, you really, you should be old enough to know how to handle yourself. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I'm gonna ask Ella, how do you feel about the trail mix party, or have any? You know what that means, or what?
Yes, I do. I've seen even on TV shows like The Fosters and trail mix or a farm party, also known as a pill party. I've seen those where, as Zahira said, it's basically a punch bowl, and most people, it may not even be serious drugs. Maybe it's just ibuprofen or some other over-the-counter drug. But you take them, and it can be dangerous at times. And farm parties and pill parties, they're not okay, and they're often found at, raves or secret parties underground. Not many people know about them, but those who do, they know what they're there for and what's going to be happening.
Right. That was some good answers.
Wow. It's really good, and I was when I heard about it, I was pretty shocked because when I found out that people were just bringing whatever drugs they find and they just put it in this punch bowl, and other people just come and grab it and not even know what it is, whether you're going to have an allergic reaction or, like somebody said, that cause some severe side effects and overdosing. So I was pretty shocked when I heard about it.
Right.
Well, we're going to go to the next question, and we may have to break this up because there's about 3 minutes, and then we'll come back for the others that we may have missed. But Netflix and chill. Now, do you know, DeAndre, what is Netflix and chill really about?
All right, the term Netflix and chill is not what it says as a title. It's nothing like that. From my knowledge, basically where you invite either your girlfriend, boyfriend over, watch Netflix supposedly, and then it leads into basically intercourse or things of that nature.
What?
Yes. I mean, it's called Netflix and chill, but that is not interpreted as that at all.
That's right. Mhm. That's right. Naijada, what you know about Netflix and chill, man? What you know about it?
Well, I don't know nothing about it, but I've heard it through the street, not literally
I see.
Street, through school. What they interpret, what they mean by Netflix and chill is basically what he said. You invite somebody over, just y'all two, and lights are out, and y'all watching TV. Ain't nobody eating, but it turns into something else that was pertained to be watching movies and chilling. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Eric? What have you heard?
Basically what everybody said. It starts out as you, your boyfriend, girlfriend, watching a movie supposedly, and then I guess the scenery just gets intimate and it leads to another thing.
Yeah. Zahira, you pretty much say the same thing?
Yeah, I say the same thing. It's just like now that it's so big and stuff like that, they don't even put the movie on more. They just get like straight to it. So.
Lord today, as my dad used to say, Lord today. Now, you know, I'm gonna tell you, my daughter, she's not a teen yet, and she heard this, I guess, on something on YouTube, and she was walking around saying it, Netflix and chill. And then when I found out what it was really about the other day, I was like, oh my gosh, what in the world? So I had to definitely put that in there because I know I'm not the only adult who thought Netflix and chill meant get some popcorn, put on your favorite flick, and chill. not to get busy. So I am so glad that I never said that anywhere else, you know, and thinking that it meant something else. We have worked ourselves right into our second break. So everybody, please stay put. We'll be right back. Y'all are a fantastic panel. Hold on, okay?
Sadly, today, most of us know at least one person that suffers from addiction or substance abuse. Addiction does not discriminate. No age, gender, race, or classes of people are immune to the horrors of addiction. This epidemic has ruined families, claimed lives, and left loved ones devastated. Over 100 people die from overdoses daily, and over 20 million Americans suffer from some form of addiction. For this reason, author R.E.I.G.N. Jr. has written the book Clean and Serene. The author is an addictions counselor and recovering addict of over 13 years. He knows and has first-hand experience of being caught in the grips of addiction. Clean and Serene provides experience, strength, and hope for the still suffering addict. It can also be used as a tool in recovery. Whether it is used in a group setting or individually, this book was written to assist in the recovery process and encourage. Integrating inspirational, encouraging, and challenging scriptures, the author has provided a resource that is sure to change lives. If you or someone you know is battling with addiction, this book is for you. If you are in recovery, this is a great resource to add to your toolbox. If you are a group leader or addictions counselor, this is an awesome book for group therapy. Clean and Serene. Scriptural Meditations for Recovery is available nationwide in both ebook and print. Get your copy or a copy for some you know today from Amazon or Barnes & Noble bookstore. For less than $10, you can potentially change the life of someone currently paying the high cost of living with an addiction.
Welcome back to R.E.I.G.N. Blog Talk Radio Show with your host, Minister Annie Bell.
Yes, what he said. Welcome back to the show. You are listening to R.E.I.G.N. Blog Talk Radio Show, powered by We Inspire Network, and I am your host, Minister Annie Bell. Again, we are one of the outreaches of Wealth Management Ministries, which is a 501c3 nonprofit organization where we endeavor to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor through the teaching of financial literacy and Christian counseling. We are back again with our wonderful group of teens who are just being candid and real about what is going on, the things that they are seeing on a daily basis. My co-host, Naijada Williams, is doing a fantastic job of co-hosting with me and facilitating this panel. So welcome back, everyone. Naijada, go ahead and ask the last question of this round of the Teen IQ test.
So, DeAndre, like, when you in school, right, and you hear the word, when somebody say, oh, she a thought, or he gets around, he a thought, what do you think about that word?
Well, in my school, when you hear the word thought, it basically means that, oh, she's easy to get with, and she's basically a hoe and a slut or whatever you want to call it. She's very easy to get with, doesn't take anything at all. She has no standards. Basically, she's a thought. And at my school, that's what a thought is.
Right.
Wow.
And when I be around, I hear that word a lot. It's used more than kids using regular English in class. So when I hear that word, I just be like, okay. But sometimes people take it out of proportion what thought is. Like when you in a relationship and you get out of one just to go to another, that don't mean you're directly a thought. That just means that maybe you wasn't feeling that last relationship. And I think people take it out of proportion what thought means. So, like, Eric, what do you think?
When it comes to thought, just like DeAndre said, people were saying, I mean, that girl over there, yeah, everybody talked to her, or like everybody got with her. And I mean, I don't use that term because it's disrespectful because people see it as like, I mean, it's true that's how she is, but I mean, nobody really thinks about how it affects the other person. So I try not to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Zahira, when you hear the word thought around, like, how does that take you with you being a female? You see what I'm saying?
It is okay, like they said, for that means that hole is there, and a lot of times it's disrespectful because a lot of times when the girls that they call in a thought isn't really a hoe. They just say that because the rumor started because somebody dislikes her or because somebody's jealous of her and they just want to get back at her. So then a rumor starts, and then all of a sudden she's called a thought, and really she's a virgin. She hasn't even done anything.
Wow.
Right. So, Ella, what do you think about it? How do you feel about the word thought? Ella?
Okay. Ella, you there?
Yes, I am. Sorry.
What do you hear when you hear the word thought?
When I first heard of the term thought, it was an acronym for that whole over there. And now, I mean, that's what it is basically. When it's used every day, a thought it's a slang term. It really is, and thought maybe they'll call anyone a thought who may wear revealing clothes or maybe doesn't have as high standards as you may think they need to have. Maybe they'll talk to other boys or multiple boys or whomever, whatever gender, as multiple times, and they'll be called a thought, or maybe they'll be called a thought because you wouldn't be with them, you wouldn't get with them. It's a very general term for the wrong thing.
Right.
Yeah. And I thought meant thought. You know, I thought I had a burger yesterday. No, but it wasn't. This is completely different. And you know what bothers me too is that not that I want anyone to be promiscuous, but when boys or men are promiscuous, there aren't any names we call men or boys, you know, but there are these names that are called to girls, and I think that's bullying to some degree. What y'all think?
Yeah. Can I say something?
Yeah.
Yes. Whoever said that.
I agree.
Okay, there's a word that we use for boys. I'm not sure you ever heard of it. It's called an F-boy.
Really?
That's what they. Yes, that's what they call guys. We have other girls has made a word for guys like that.
Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, not good that these boys are out there doing that. But to say that, hey,
that word is generally used for those who want one thing out of a girl.
Oh, I see.
Wow.
I heard, and may I add something as well?
Sure.
I've heard the term of an F-boy, and it actually has its own song. I mean, I've heard it, It's called the F Boy Anthem. I've heard it.
I have too.
I've heard it too.
It's like,
what is the anthem?
You don't want to hear it.
Oh,
yeah,
you
don't.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
You don't want to hear it.
Okay. I'm gonna take your word for that. I'm gonna take your word for that. I got an extra credit question, and y'all didn't know about this one. So it's the extra credit for everybody who, especially all the adults who may have missed all these other questions. But there is a secret emoji out there called KPC. Don't y'all try to act clueless now. What does KPC mean? Let's start with Eric.
KPC, you said?
Yeah, it's an emoji.
Oh, I mean, I've never heard that term used.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, well, what does the acronym KPC mean? You don't know? Okay, well, how about Naijada?
To be honest, I never heard of a KPC emoji, but I was thinking like something like a lemon or something like something for a female's a body part or something like that.
No, not quite right. But there, I understand there are secret emojis out there, and I think I blended them together. But basically, just on KPC, what does KPC mean? How about you, DeAndre?
Never heard of it, really.
Never. Okay.
Never.
Well, I'll go ahead and give you all the answer. That means to keep parents clueless. I'm glad that you guys don't know what that means because you're not trying to keep us clueless.
Oh wow.
None of us knew what that meant.
Wow. Well, that's a good thing. A good thing. Gosh, that was a little fun game. I appreciate y'all playing that game. I do want to ask you this question, and then right before we go into our last break, and what have you heard about sex trafficking? Let's go ahead and start with Naijada.
Well, I heard about sex trafficking when I was in Atlanta one time, and I was actually at Lenox Mall, and I actually seen it coming down Peachtree, and seeing somebody get put in a car, and they just look, you can tell that they're beautiful inside, but on the outside, they just look terrible, like they just been through the struggle and back, and the struggle and back. It's actually kind of sad because you have people out there that didn't have no left or right to look at. That's the only thing they knew. So when you hear sex trafficking, it's more than just sleeping with somebody. It's actually people that had education or things to live for, but they just didn't know how to take that right route. But they that was the only way they knew. You see what I'm saying?
I do. How about you, DeAndre? What you know about sex trafficking?
To piggyback off of Naijada with Atlanta, I've heard that Atlanta is like one of the largest for sex trafficking, and it's really heartbreaking to know that that's someone's last option, to be put on the corner and to be sold off to any and everybody with no say-so over what you can do or anything like that. And most of the time when you hear somebody being sex trafficked, it's because like they have no love at home and they just need to feel love, and so these people that are being sex trafficked are younger, so the older get them basically hypnotized into thinking that they love them, and then they put them out there for everyone to experience them or whatever they may want them to do. And sometimes these younger children are drugged into doing these things so they can be more like active or be more awake in what they are doing. Yes, be more vulnerable. Thank you.
Who said vulnerable? Ella?
Yes, I did.
Okay, go ahead, Ella. You were next on my list, and then Zahira, you're next.
Okay. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I've also heard that Atlanta is a large sex trafficking area, and my brother has even seen it just on the road because he's always on the road. My sisters, everybody is, and they see it all the time. And what I know about it is kind of like what everybody else said. It's being sold, and it's girls and guys. It's people of all sorts, and it mainly those who are sold into sex trafficking don't understand. They don't have access to maybe a simple thing like education, or maybe their home isn't the greatest. That's their last thing. Like DeAndre, I think that's what he said. That's their last option for hope or any love, quote unquote.
Mhm. Very good, Zahara. And then Eric is next.
I agree with everything they said. Atlanta is one of the biggest for sex trafficking, and sometimes it's not even a choice for the girls. Like sometimes they're drugged. Sometimes girls are kidnapped and don't even know where they are, and they're being sex trafficked. Like a lot of girls are going to school, walking to school, and out of nowhere they're like in a different country or a different state and it's sex trafficking. And it's really sad because I've never heard of men being sex trafficked, but I'm pretty sure it's happening somewhere that little boys are getting kidnapped too, getting sex trafficked, and it's really sad because a lot of times they'll end up getting beaten and found dead somewhere, and their families never see them again.
That's right. Good. How about you, Eric?
I agree.
Me personally, like in Pittsburgh, I don't hear a lot about it, but like I have heard like cases of sex trafficking, and I feel like on top of the vulnerability and like the drugs and all that, it's sometimes based on like their home and the environment they're around. Because some people feel like if they're not loved at home, they can do this, and the person that's I guess like buying them or using them for this like actually cares more about them.
Yeah. Well, you guys gave some really great answers, and you're right. The sex trafficking is something that is happening to boys, girls, men and women, majority girls and women, and sometimes it's happening even inside of the school. Girls they have to leave for lunch instead of sitting down and eat lunch. They go and service somebody, and the trafficker bring them back. So a lot of times these I don't want to call them kids, but these teens and even preteens are being trafficked right at school hours. Some of the ways that you can recognize sex trafficking is if you start seeing either expensive clothes and jewelry and money when they normally don't have that, or if you see the other side, if they're all disheveled, they're not bathing, they are incoherent, or even start behaving more promiscuously. Those are signs. And the reason why I wanted to talk about that today with you all is that if you recognize it, if you see it, and maybe there is a thought that perhaps or a suspicion that they may be being trafficked or even abused, then to speak up. And like I said before the end of the show, I'm going to give you some numbers, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make an executive decision to skip our last commercial because this conversation is so good, and I don't want to lose the momentum. So let me give you some numbers. And all the listening audience out there, please grab a pen and paper. I'm going to give out some numbers so that, and again, we don't need people to be experts. But if you see something that just doesn't look right, a bit suspicious, just call the number. Let the pros investigate and handle it, okay? So sex trafficking is Polaris is the one that's kind of running through and being the charge of advocating for the victims, and that is 1-888-373-7888. And then for child abuse, that's 1-800-4A-CHILD, and that's 422-4453. Sexual assault, 1-800-656-4673. And then domestic violence, again, boyfriend, girlfriend, spouses. It's 1-800-787-3224. And one of the reasons I wanted to bring this up is, again, to make sure that everybody is aware, know what they're looking at. And if you see something that is out of place, I'm empowering you today in this show to make a call. Now, do I want y'all to jump in and try to do things on your own? Definitely not. That's not what I'm advocating. What I am saying is, though, make a phone call, and that phone call could actually save a life. So, again, you guys did really great on that question. Naijada, you want to ask the last question?
Yeah, sure will. So, DeAndre, what is one thing you can do to affect a positive change in your school or your local community?
One thing I could do is basically show myself as being a positive person, like showing that I'm committed to the community and showing that I'm unselfish and giving back. And I think that if people see me doing good things in the community, that they will soon follow, especially my peers, because in school you have peer pressure, and most of the time it's bad peer pressure, which your friends are telling you, oh, do this and do that is good and stuff like that, which is bad for you because your mother and father are telling you something totally different, but everybody in school is telling you something that other than what your parents are telling you. So it's like, I want to do what my friends are doing, so you're pressured into doing some stuff that you have no business doing. Well, there's also positive peer pressure, which you can see someone doing something more positive, like volunteering for the nursing home, or volunteering to pick up trash in the community, or volunteering to clean up the school system. Like there's plenty of positive things you can do to show someone other than bad stuff like drugs and sex and all this other stuff we talked about, like bullying. And I have someone to look up to as well, and his name is Bud Dupree. I don't know if any of y'all know him. He's number 48. He plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But he's exactly from where I'm from, which is Toonsboro, Georgia. So I can look up to him because he's someone that actually finished school, and then he went on to go and he's like his second year in the NFL, and he's actually doing pretty good for himself. But the thing that I look up to him for is because not only is he doing his thing in the NFL, he comes back and gives back to the community as well. Like, we just came off a little party that he threw, that because we have a street named after him in Toonsboro, and he has a toy drive. He does riding for a cause, which is he gets a couple of people together on four-wheelers, and they ride to help donate money to cancer patients, and they have charity basketball events where they save up money and raise up money for those patients that need it. And he's like just someone that you really can look up to because he's from where I'm from, and he's been through what I've been through. He's seen what I've seen. He's been in the same school system that I've been in. He's been in the same seat, the same predicament, and like that's someone that can change your community in many ways. So,
wow.
So
that's
what
wonderful.
About here?
Thank you.
Yeah, what's one thing that you can do to affect a positive change at your school or your local community?
Well, what I think is that first there's like a lot of girls and like boys who have like a lot of low self-esteem problems because like they think they're overweight or they think they're not perfect based on society, because society says you have to be this size, but society says a man can't be emotional or a girl can't be this. So like a lot of times I go like to different like boys and girls club, or I go to like certain places and I try to like help as many girls. Like when I go to work, I try to help as many girls as I can, because there's a lot of girls. I don't know if you live in Atlanta, you know where Old National Highway is, and where like the Old National Discount Mall. I work there, and it's like a lot of girls, a lot of young girls who's younger than me. that have problems with their low self-esteem, don't think they're beautiful, or don't think they belong here, or don't think because like they feel this way or they feel that way. And I also used to go to downtown with my church to feed the homeless and things like that, because like a lot of times they don't have people to help them. They don't have people to show them that they actually care. People just walk on by and don't care about them at all.
That's great.
What about you? That's good. What about you, Ella?
Simply being involved, getting more involved, and keeping everyone else involved. Like going around your school, starting up programs. Like I went to a mentoring program recently, and I met a lot of girls who grew up kind of on the other side of the tracks. They didn't have the best of life. They didn't have the nicest things, and like the mentoring program, it helped them a lot. There were breakthroughs, and there was lots of crying and everything. But keeping everybody involved in something, keeping them away from negative situations. If home is where the negative things happen, then keep them at school. Keep them, do a lock-in, do something at your church. Just try to bring them away from the negativity wherever that is.
So, Ed, what about you? What do you think one thing that you can do to affect a positive change in your school or community?
Me personally, since like I'm more of an athlete, at like the local recreational centers like around my neighborhood, I'd go volunteer for like basketball programs or like any sport really, just like to like kind of build relationships with kids in my neighborhood as someone they could like just like feel like a bond with, so they won't have to come out here, so they won't feel excluded like everywhere else. And in the school, it's like I'm involved with like a lot of programs, like student council, just to like make a friendlier environment for the school, instead of it's like you come there, do your work, and leave. It's like more like a cooler vibe, and it's like everybody can relax and like feel welcomed in a way.
Right.
Very good answers. Wow, I just can't believe I'm sitting in the midst of young, emerging leaders. I hear leaders in all of you. I hear entrepreneurialism. I hear CEO. I just hear that in all of you, and I think it is fantastic. So keep doing that. Now, Naijada, I want to give you an opportunity to talk about what you're actually doing to effect change.
Well, right now, I'm trying to take back the internet, what the internet is used for, like putting my music back out, like bringing positivity, because right now social media is getting out of hand and people are using it for the wrong reasons. Like Facebook used to be for family and like maybe music and stuff. People are using it for drugs and posting stuff on there now. So I'm just trying to take back what the social media used to be for, really promotion of what you're doing in family time. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, that's great. Ma'am. Yeah, and don't you have an anti-bullying campaign?
Yeah, I actually do. I'm gonna give you a quick summary because I know we're running out of time. I got bullied when I was in middle school. I used to weigh 245 pounds, and I'm at 220 right now. And I used to get picked on a lot. So when I got to high school and I finally hit a glow, I started writing music. And me and my dad sat down, and he helped me write a song for bullying. And it came out in 2015. And ever since then, I have an anti-bullying campaign where I go speak at different schools or whatnot. And now I'm almost done with my EP. It comes out next month. It's called Different Vibes. And it has different songs on there for different people because I know what it felt like to be bullied. And I know how it feels when you look on the internet, you get picked on. I've been through it. So when people say, that can't be you, where I'm at now, I'm just like, yeah, that was me. You just don't know what I've been through. So that's coming out, Different Vibes. And I just hope people get a good feel from it.
Yes. Tell us how, one, we can get in touch with you, my listening audience, as well as how they can buy your EP.
Okay, well, you can follow me on Instagram at Naijada __, which is NAIJADA __, or you can add me on Facebook at Naijada Versace, because I like Versace, so Naijada and then Versace. Or you can follow me on Twitter at LilSnoop478, and then you can purchase my EP off Vanilla, like it's a mixtape thing on like an iPhone or whatnot. But I will have it CDs coming out. I'm different schools in Atlanta. So.
What I want to know is, do I have a glow? Did I hit a glow?
You
no,
did.
I did.
Everybody, of course.
Yes, everybody hits a glow.
Wait a minute, y'all took too long. Anyway, listen, thank you so much. You guys were fantastic. I just am so excited about coming together. My applause right there because you guys are just fantastic. I hope that when we do this again, that maybe you guys are open to coming back on my show, and so I'll be reaching out. But please connect with each other through my Facebook page as well. Now, let me give my wisdom to reign for those, since we're at the wisdom to reign time. In the Bible, it talks about in Isaiah 11:6 that a child will lead them. And I believe that we have teens here who are giving us confidence that we're doing the right things. If we continue to do the right things, that we will lead them, and they will then in turn lead us. So you guys, I just want to again say that you did fantastic. Now, to make a donation or to get in touch with me or my team, please go to www.wealthmngt.org or follow us on Facebook and Twitter. R.E.I.G.N. Stop Abuse and Abolish Sex Trafficking. You can also go to my YouTube channel at R.E.I.G.N. Blog Talk and become a subscriber so that you will not miss a beat. Repeat after me, everyone. I reclaim my life. I excel at living. I illuminate the dark. I grow in Christ, and I nurture myself and others. Let's reign together with Christ. I'll see you next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Good night, everybody.
Down, afraid to let it out, shackles, the chains, the hurt, the guilt, the stain. I'm more than a conqueror. I'm more than a victim. I fight, I win. The chains are broken. 'Cause I reign, you reign, we reign, he reigns. I reign, we reign together, together. Together.